Boaters are always exalting these little boats, preaching on the importance of their reliability and upkeep, and for good reason. If your sailboat is your home, your dinghy is the family car, and ours had been in the shop for some time. You see, when we bought this dinghy off Facebook Marketplace way back in Lauderdale, the owner told us it had some holes, but that we should be able to get it up and running. What he didn't tell us was that he'd already tried and failed to patch the dinghy several times. So, with blind optimism and a lot of hypalung glue, we endeavored to patch the dinghy and finally get to those islands across the channel. First things first, we need to give her a good cleaning. Or at least I do. I guess John's just going to supervise on this one. Eventually he came to help, and we got the dinghy as clean as we possibly could before deciding how we were going to cut the new patches. After much deliberation on the best way to position the patches, it was finally time to start gluing. We went through 3 tubes of this glue and about a foot of hypalon, and the dinghy still wouldn't hold air. After sinking many hours and almost $200 into this job, we realized we were going to have to take this loss on the chin and head back to Facebook Marketplace. This time, though, we wouldn't fiddle around with the inflatable boats. She's arrived! Woo! She's beautiful. We can't wait to try to fire up the motor, see how it's running, and get out to some of these islands out here. We're excited. What do you think?
Very excited.
Before we can go out, we need to do a little engine maintenance on this dinosaur and make sure it's got clean oil. Alright, so we went out today and got the fuel pump and the connector and everything that we need. We've got gas in our tank, we've got the motor hooked up to the dinghy, and we are going to go for a little test drive before we get the dogs on here and hopefully hit some of those islands today. As we're finding out, nothing is as easy as we expect it to be, and this was no different. Uh-oh. We did a little research and decided that we might need to buy a universal key for our kill switch. We could get one for pretty cheap, and this was a fix that wouldn't require any backbreaking work, so we were doubting whether or not this would actually fix our problem. But we went out and picked one up anyways, and I held my breath as John pulled the starter cord. Let's go! Here we come, baby! After our little test drive, we were confident that the motor could get us across the channel. So, we grabbed the dogs and all our gear and finally headed towards the islands. was the last we'd see of Bean's life jacket for a while. We spent all afternoon exploring, swimming, playing, fishing, and even spotting a manatee. As we were getting ready to leave, John had to crawl into the mangroves and try to find Bean's life jacket.
Yay!
When we made it home, we rinsed and dried the babies who were pooped after such a full day. Our little family had the most amazing time exploring our own private island today, and I know we're going to get a lot of use out of our dinghy.
Treasure coast, Gulf Stream waters flow. Wrecked line on the ocean floor, Fort Pierce or Vero. Let's go. Hit summer in my Florida sand. Spanish gold makes a poor beach bum a wealthy man. Turns warm heart.
Aside from getting our dinghy up and running, we were also lucky enough to get a visit from my mom and stepdad this week. We had so much fun showing them around Fort Pierce, and we're so lucky to have the support of all of our family and friends.
I told you it carried tons of gold.
If you want to help support us on this journey and help us keep making videos like these, check out our Patreon. The link's in the description. And if you want to follow along with us, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a video.
Nell son died at the site in 1975. I'm sure you give all that treasure back now. Have his son alive, got Spanish gold. In the summer in my Florida sand. Spanish gold make a poor beach bum a wealthy man. It's a full of heart, gold makes a young man old Spanish gold.